storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
And we got to talk about the big lip bitch here. Better known as Steve Harvey, okay? So he is steady out talking in the press, and he has come out to defend Ellen DeGeneres. He says that you guys have to understand that she is one of the nicest people in the industry. Yes, Steve, she's the nicest to you because you are a black with money. But if you were a black on the street, you could not get near her. Do you understand that? Or are those big lips suffocating the oxygen going to your brain and you don't understand? You know, Steve, you are the same one that said that Asian men was ugly looking the way that you look. I don't know who set you up for that on that show. You came out and apologized. You needed to fire whoever. Y'all remember that segment Steve did and he said all Asian men was ugly, and we looking at you like, Steve, you are the big little bitch. Steve, if it was, Steve, you don't even like the children that look like you. Stop. I could ask my audience right now, they'd rather get with Asian man before they get with you. Oh, come on, y'all. Now, who calls Steve Uncle Teeth? Y'all better stop. And she says she's the nicest in the industry. No, I think she got one of the nicest straps in the industry. I'm pretty sure the strap that she wears on Porsche every night is diamond encrusted, gold and studded. I think she got the nicest strap. I don't think she's the nicest. Steve also goes on to say that you cannot control what each staff member does except Steve Harvey. You are the leader. Well, you ain't the leader of your show anymore, Steve, because you got replaced by a boring, overweight white lady. Now, I got tired of Steve's show when it would really go buffoonish and when he would shake his ass and do that. Like, that was too minstrel show-ish for me. You know, it was too much for me. But I still say he was way more entertaining than Kelly Clarkson. Y'all know Kelly Clarkson's show is boring as hell. And that other shit they replaced, the kids say the darndest things. Don't nobody give a damn about them kids or Tiffany Haddish ass either. So anyway, you know, you got replaced by people that just like Ellen, but you defending the people that didn't come in defend you, Steve. Who was there for you, Steve? Who came to you? Who came out for you and said, nah, Steve didn't make this network plenty of millions. Keep him. Nah, Kelly Clarkson needs to be in another slot. Nah, Kelly Clarkson needs to get her ass back in the studio. Now, maybe back on the treadmill too, but, you know, back in the studio as well. You know, Kelly Clarkson, everybody cannot be in Adele. That's not how that works. And so, Steve, you know, you coming out for everybody, but who came out for you? Same thing with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, when you broke your back on that mountain, on Dead Man's Cliff, you know, I just love the way the world is. And I be like, God, like, you be sparing these niggas? Like, okay, so think about it this way, right? You got people that drink and drive one time, get in a crash and die. You got people who are innocent and they walk across the street, get hit by a bus, and die. But Kevin Hart has had like 2 to 3 DUIs, blackout moments behind the wheel on Dead Man's Curve, and he lives and he escapes being paralyzed by this much. So, you know, keep your ass in that gym. It's the only thing that saves you, because Lord knows if earwax had to wipe the crack of your ass, she would have left. But anyway. So you are the leader, Steve, the leader. Ellen is the leader. I am your leader. Yes, I am your leader. You're not a believer. Suck a big. You know, that's how it goes. And the leader gets blamed when the team fails. That's how it goes. Because the leader sets the precedent around the office. If the leader was not okay with the racial harassment and the sexual harassment and people coming to say that they can't even talk and can't even look at each other and can't even be around Ellen too much. If they was not in a controlling setting in the first place, they never would have felt comfortable doing that. So once again, what you said was bullshit. Ain't you the one that said you didn't even want your employees coming to talk to you? You know, Steve, that's how a talk show works. That they need to talk to you before the show, you know, before you go out there live in front of a studio audience, because there's a lot going on, but you didn't want to be bothered because you need your nap. Well, Steve, it ain't your work. Well, them ain't your workers no more. But it wasn't your employees' fault that you got 5 jobs trying to keep up your marriage because that woman really don't love you and don't want to be with you and you're buying her love. She work. We know Mama Hairline, Mama Kingpin over there is working Steve like a mule horse. Steve actually has enough money to actually sit back and retire at his old age age at 92, but he can't even work. He gonna be working till he about 150 because he gotta keep up appearances and he gotta afford Marjorie and her children that he now was took on as his, even though he treated his like shit because he didn't like the, they never like what come out of their nuts. They love what come out of another person's nuts. And you say that she's a good person and she can't control her style, but let's talk about some things that we can control, Steve. See, we can control cheating on our wives because I love how you wrote a book, but we know damn well you didn't write that book. I highly doubt you can write your name or I challenge you to write a 5-page essay. You wrote a 200-page book, so surely you can produce me a 5-page essay, intro, 3 paragraphs, and an outro. Surely you can do that. Single space, not double. And I'm checking your periods. Don't be trying to make them bigger, nigga. Now, let's talk about some things we can control. We can control being married multiple times, okay, and having multiple failed marriages. We can control forging signatures on divorce documents, which means you're technically still married to your ex, allegedly. We can control lying about our very first wife that you married back in the 80s, which means you've actually been married 4 times, not 3. We can control whipping your child like a slave in his back because he dared stand up to you and stood up to you, and you said that anybody in your house that want to get it can get it, and apparently he got it. See, we can control how we spank a damn teenager. I'm sorry, it wasn't spanking, it was a whip with the paddle from your fraternity. Like you got your ass beat to get in that fraternity. You got his ass beat for getting out of line one time with you. Meanwhile, Lori can flip over a whole car with her drunk ass, not working, not doing nothing with her life, but all up under Future and his nuts, and you don't say shit about it. You make your kids go through hell and high water just to get a little piece of a car, but she gets a G-Wagon and she ain't done shit. And don't say she no damn model. What have you seen her in? Modeling on Instagram is not a modelation. You have not been down Nan runway. You ain't been paid to endorse Nan product. I ain't seen you on Nan magazine. You not a model. You are an Instagram thought. You are a highly paid one, but it is what it is. And so at the end of the damn day, we can control whipping our kids until they can't piss for a week because you done whipped them so damn bad, and then you done whipped them so bad that they done pretty much fell into submission looking sad all the damn time. You whipped your twin like that, allegedly. You gotta have hate in your heart to hit something that look just like you that damn much. That's a grown ass teenager. He didn't dare fight you back. He could have toppled your old ass over and broke your hip, but he had enough respect / fear of you to let you go ahead and beat him like a slave. You beat him like Kunta Kinte on Roots, like Django. Start calling you Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the white man you always wanted to be but never will. You make me sick. That's what we can control. Sick of that shit. Beating our kids into submission. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with how you really did that? And the mother hemmed up in so much paperwork she can't say nothing. Just like Dwayne Wade ex hemmed up in so much paperwork she can't speak out about the stuff that's going on with Zaya Wade. Can we keep it real? Zaya Wade is way too young to be doing any of that shit. Can we keep it real? Does Zaya Wade one like that until you start spending all that time with Gabrielle? I'm not gonna go too far. Last time I was about to turn to Gabrielle ass, I got hushed. So I'm not gonna go that far. They claim they still want me to have a career. Thank you, Cynthia, for the jug. This is Bubba. So I ain't gonna go that damn far. But I just say all that to say, it's mighty funny how when you look at the older videos of Zion when he was Zion, he was talking about little girls at 3, and I still think we don't need to be sexualizing children, but he looked very normal. And then he's around her, and then she turns him into the daughter she wished she had at that time. And then now that she got her own daughter, now she got 2 daughters. I ain't saying that's what happened. I'm just saying we got to look at it and be honest. Where is the mother? Why can't the biological mother have a say-so with her child? Why, if a child is going to transition, okay, cool, why you can't do that at 18 years old? I'm sorry, 25 when your brain is done developing. Can we be real? We ain't really grown until 25, because this don't finish developing till you're 25. Can we keep it real? So why can't she do that at that point? Why, if she's going to live her life as a girl, does she have to dress like a little slut? Because if that was a regular girl, I wouldn't want her on IG in halter tops and mini skirts and weaves and wigs and purple this, purple that, looking like a off-brand Nicki Minaj. Y'all don't want to talk that real. Don't get me wrong, you can't control your children, and when it comes to sexuality and gender, we can really go deep into that. I have to be honest and say, I think they, well, I'm gonna leave that at that. That's for members, because I got my theories on that too, even with myself. Think I done took in a lot of estrogen in my life. I told my mama that. I said, why you ain't breastfeed me? She said she was trying to drink. Shit, she was 21. She said, I ain't had time for you sucking on my titties, having them hurt. And I said, damn. All that Similac, all that estrogen put in my brain. Anyway, I say all that to say, I done got off track. But I say all of that to say, Steve, there are many things in life we can control, and your staff is one of them. Because if you can't control your staff, then you're not a boss. Now, are you tired of being fat as hell? Are you sick of your breasts hitting your lap when you sit down? Are you embarrassed every time you go by and people think you pregnant, but you really not? You just had a big burrito last night. If you were going through them problems, and guess what? I got a solution for you, and your solution is going to be found in NUTRABURST. Now, before you get mad, let me let you know, in addition to using NUTRABURST products, you're going to need a healthy caloric deficit diet. But one of my favorite products that NUTRABURST offers is called Resolution Drops and Life Drops. And I'm telling you, they help me not eat as much because, you know, I'm a cookie monster. I'm a slave to that pata monster. So if you a slave to the pasta and the cookies like me, get you some Resolution and some Life Drops. My link is in the description box below.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.